Have you ever felt a chill run down your spine on a deserted street late at night? That feeling that you're not alone, that something is watching from the shadows. Tonight, we journey into one of Beijing's most enduring and terrifying urban legends, the story of the last bus on Route 375. A tale so chilling, it has been whispered in the city's alleyways for decades. So, turn down the lights, get comfortable, and prepare to board the ghost bus. The year is 1995. The date, November 14th. A cold, biting wind sweeps through the streets of Beijing. It's late, and the city is slowly succumbing to the silence of the night. At the Yuan bus terminal, the very last bus of Route 375 is preparing for its final journey towards fragrant hills. Inside, the atmosphere is quiet. There's the driver, a seasoned veteran of the city's nocturnal routes, and a young female conductor, ready to call out the stops. In the sparse seats, only a few passengers are scattered. An old woman, a young man, and a quiet couple huddled together. The engine rumbles to life, and the bus pulls away from the curb, its headlights cutting through the inky blackness. The journey is uneventful at first, just the familiar rhythm of the city at rest. The bus travels for about 2 stops when, from the side of the dark road, 2 figures emerge, waving frantically for the bus to stop. The driver, following protocol, pulls over. The doors hiss open, and 2 men climb aboard. But they aren't alone. They are supporting a third man between them, his head lolling as if unconscious or severely unwell. The moment they step on, a palpable cold seems to flood the bus, far colder than the November air outside. All 3 are dressed in identical, traditional Qing dynasty robes, their faces unnaturally pale, almost ashen under the bus's dim interior lights. They move stiffly, silently, and take a seat in the back, away from the other passengers. The conductor, though unsettled, goes to collect their fare, but as she approaches, she notices something that makes her blood run cold. The wind from the open window had briefly lifted the hems of their long robes, and for a split second, she could have sworn she saw nothing. No feet. It was as if they were floating just above the floor. A wave of unease washes over the bus. The quiet couple nervously shifts in their seats. The young man glances back, a confused and slightly scared look on his face. The driver, focused on the road, seems oblivious, but one person saw everything with crystal clarity. The old woman, her eyes, sharp and knowing, had been fixed on the new arrivals since they boarded. She saw their pallid faces, their strange attire, and most importantly, she saw what the conductor had only glimpsed. The bus continues its journey, the silence now heavy with unspoken fear. As they approach the next stop, the old woman suddenly springs to her feet. She points a trembling finger at the young man sitting in front of her and shouts, "You thief! You stole my wallet." "I saw you." The young man is stunned, utterly bewildered. "What? I didn't do anything," he protests. The conductor tries to intervene, but the old woman is relentless. "Driver, stop the bus. I want to take this scoundrel to the police station right now," she screams, grabbing the young man's collar. The driver, annoyed by the commotion but obligated to respond, pulls over. The young man, embarrassed and desperate to clear his name, agrees to get off the bus with the old woman to sort things out. As the doors hiss shut behind them and the bus pulls away, the young man turns to the old woman, his voice a mix of anger and confusion. "Why did you do that?" "I didn't take your money." The old woman's frantic demeanor vanishes. She looks at him, her eyes wide with terror, and whispers, "I didn't do it to accuse you. I did it to save you." The young man is baffled. "Save me? From what?" The old woman leans in closer, her voice barely audible over the wind. "Didn't you see them? Those 3 men who got on." The wind from the window blew up their robes. "They have no legs." The young man freezes. The old woman continues, her voice trembling, "And when they passed under the dim light, I was watching their shadows. They didn't have any. They aren't people. You and I just escaped from a bus full of ghosts." A chilling realization dawns on the young man. The unnatural cold, the pale faces, the strange clothes, it all clicks into place. They stand frozen on the dark roadside, watching the taillights of Route 375 disappear into the night. They immediately report what happened to the local police. At first, their story is dismissed as a prank or a drunken fantasy. But the next day, their tale takes a horrifying turn. The Beijing Evening News reports that the last bus of Route 375, which had departed the previous night, had vanished. It never reached its final destination at Fragrant Hills. The bus, along with its driver and conductor, was missing. The police, now taking the old woman and young man's story seriously, launch a massive search. 2 days later, a grim discovery is made. The missing bus is found submerged in the Moon Reservoir, located nearly 100 kilometers off its designated route. Inside, authorities find 3 bodies, all severely decomposed: the driver, the conductor, and an unidentified male body. The decomposition was so advanced that it seemed they had been dead for weeks, not just a couple of days. The mystery deepens when investigators examine the bus. The fuel tank, which should have been full enough for the journey, is found to be completely empty. How could the bus have traveled 100 kilometers off its route without any fuel? And here is the most disturbing part of the official report. When the police drained the fuel tank to inspect it, they didn't find gasoline. They found it filled with fresh, human blood. The case was shrouded in secrecy, the official reports classified, leaving only speculation and fear in their wake. Who were the 3 figures in Qing robes? Were they the spirits of the long dead, hitching a final ride? And what happened to the quiet couple? Their fate remains unknown. Another thread in this tangled web of horror. The legend of the ghost bus of Route 375 has since become a permanent fixture in Beijing's folklore. Some say the route itself is cursed, a pathway between the world of the living and the realm of the dead. Even today, late-night travelers and residents in the area report seeing an old-fashioned bus, its lights dim, silently cruising down the dark streets where Route 375 used to run. They say if you see it, you should never try to flag it down. It might just be making its final, eternal journey, and it's looking for new passengers. What do you think really happened that night? Was it a supernatural event, a ride with the spirits of the damned, or is there a more rational, yet perhaps even more sinister, explanation hidden beneath the layers of this urban legend? The mystery has never been solved, and perhaps it never will be. It serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the most terrifying stories are the ones that are whispered on the last bus home. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoy exploring the dark and mysterious corners of our world, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the unexplained. What urban legend should we investigate next? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and be careful on your journey home.